Are y'all as excited as I am? Fall is one of my favorite time of the year because it's time for fall fragrances. Let's get it.
I finally found what I'm missing, and now you got all my attention. Driving me wild, got me wishing that you were all mine. You're irresistible, so refreshing. You're irresistible, tell the essence. Can feel your energy all over me. Close my eyes and I breathe in. You're irresistible.
Welcome back to Carolina Fragrance Reviews. I'm your host, Cam. If you're not subscribed to Carolina Fragrance Reviews, hit that subscribe button, activate that notifications bell, and follow us on Instagram. Today we are going over 11 of my favorite fall fragrances. This is part 1. I am such a big fan of fall and winter fragrances. We're just gonna get it started with the fall ones that are not quite as deep, but I did sneak a few of those in there because I'm crazy like that. Let's go ahead and get it started with fragrance number 1. These are in no particular order. The first one I have is a deep gourmand from Byron's Parfums. This one is Mulla. This fragrance was actually recently featured on Dan's channel, Scented Waters, as that one fragrance to rule them all. It's unisex. It works for man, woman, year-round, whatever. This one is a pretty sticky and thick gourmand though. For me, yeah, just go ahead, rock out year-round with this bad boy. But yeah, it's definitely more of a fall and winter fragrance. One thing I will say for sure about Mulla is you do get your Mulla's worth whenever it comes to performance. Let's go over the notes. Mulla was launched in 2018. Some of the notes include peach, red fruits, saffron, caramel, pink pepper, ginger, oud, benzoin, musk, patchouli, and vanilla. Rehab, as some of you well know, has been compared to Spice Bomb or Spice Bomb Extreme. I don't know how familiar you are with Initio, but Initio does use all natural ingredients. So if you like that Spice Bomb DNA, would like it a much cleaner and much fresher twist, and maybe like a little niche twist, you definitely need to get your nose on Rehab. It's got a little bit of a boozy tobacco vibe to it. Let's go over the notes. Rehab was released in 2018. The notes are bergamot, lavender, vetiver, cedarwood, patchouli, gaiac wood, sandalwood, and musk. Next one up is a fairly recent acquisition of mine. This is from a Polish company called Puerto Sornecki. This one is called a Jihan. This one is got some tobacco, some booze, some coffee, everything that I adore in the fall and winter. But look at how dark that juice is. If you guys are familiar with this house at all, this originally was called Scentsy and was released in 2013. It came with the EDT, EDP, and the Parfum in 3 different sections where it had 1 cap, 3 sprayers. They condensed it down to a eau de parfum. For this type juice, for $160 for 100 ml, that is not the absolute best deal in the world. But for the type quality of this, which is very niche smelling to my nose anyway, it beats the heck out of like a $3,200 Roja or something like that, in my humble opinion. This one has decent performance, about 6-7 hours, but those are 6 or 7 hours of pure heaven if you're a coffee, booze, or tobacco lover. Jihan was released in 2013. The notes are whiskey, coffee, tobacco, incense, myrrh, spicy notes, ambrette, labdanum, amber, and musk. Next one up is my absolute favorite from John Varvatos, is Vintage. I started wearing this puppy back in 2010. I remember specifically the day that I bought it. I mean, not exactly like to the day, but I know that it was in December of 2010. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt is when I bought my first bottle of this. This is actually my third bottle, the only John Varvatos bottle that has been duplicated in my collection. It's sweet, it's spicy, it's boozy, it's masculine. This is a perfect fragrance to wear with like a leather jacket or actually even with a suit. I used to wear this with my leather jacket and my suit. It got a lot of compliments, especially for what you can pull this one in for. You can easily find this at discounters for like 30, 40 bucks. Not bad. Yeah, it is a little synthetic and a little inexpensive smelling at first, but hey, for the coin, you're not gonna beat it. Stellar, stellar fall fragrance. Vintage was released in 2006. The notes are wormwood, basil, rhubarb, quince, fennel, pepper, juniper berries, lavender, cinnamon, jasmine, orris root, green leaves, tonka, tobacco, suede, patchouli, oak moss, balsam fir, and woody notes. Okay, our next selection is from Shay Blue of London. This one is called Salted Caramel. I'm a huge fan of gourmands. I had never heard of Shay Blue up until a few months ago. I did have somebody reach out that was, I actually was selling off some of my collection so I could re-up with some other stuff and buy some new ones and all that. And I actually had a Bond fragrance that I got rid of, and I was kind of up against ropes if I wanted to get rid of it. And then I don't remember who it was. I think it was one of our subscribers. But he was like, yo, if you tried out, Shay Blue Salted Caramel, it just didn't work for me. It smelled like Cracker Jacks or like caramel popcorn. I'm like, popcorn? I don't know if that'll work for me or not. I was looking up reviews elsewhere and everybody seemed to love this fragrance. So yeah, maybe just a little slight popcorny vibe, but no, it's just like sweet salted caramel. It is delicious. You'll definitely just like gnaw yourself to death. God forbid.
Sorry. Keep going.
Yeah. If you're not careful with this one, you will gnaw yourself to death. Or in my case, my 8-year-old son was like, God, you smell good, Dad. And he's like, ah. I was like, ah. So yeah, be careful with this one.
Salt caramel was created in 2014. The notes are liquid caramel, sea salt, tonka bean, bourbon vanilla, and sandalwood.
And if you're having trouble with the wifey wanting to get a little cozy, and it happens just like that. While you're bulking up your collection for fall and winter, check out today's sponsor, www.myfragrancesamples.com. Almost every one of these fragrances I share with you today are available. If not, there are hundreds of brands, hundreds of choices. You get a free sample every time you make a purchase, lightning fast shipping, excellent customer service. Go to www.myfragrancesamples.com. As some of you know, I am from North Carolina, and you guys know the man in black was Dale Earnhardt. Rest in peace, Mr. Earnhardt, but we're talking about a cheapie that gets you mad compliments, and it's not for like bumping into other cars. This one is Bulgari Man in Black. Man in Black is considered a dark oriental floral. It's very masculine. You definitely get some of that leather in there. Like I said, mad compliments, and it is a masterpiece for being able to get it on the cheap like that. Man in Black was released in 2014. It is composed of the notes of amber, leather, spices, woods, rum, tuberose, iris, leather, benzoin, tonka, and gaiac wood. What fall collection would be complete without Mugler Pure Malt? This is my absolute favorite from Thierry Mugler. This definitely comes from that Amen DNA. Of course, you see the old Amen star on here, but they had several different DNAs. They had the coffee, Havane, etc., etc., etc. This one does have that boozy DNA of the OG, but to me, in my personal opinion, this one is even better than the OG. And how often can you say a flanker is better than the OG? Now, if I did have one complaint about some of the later models of Pure Malt, is the performance and projection. The older models, you know, from 2009 to 2011, somewhere around there, had excellent performance. I have got me a 2011 batch. It definitely does matter. I have a decant of about a 2016, I think, and has lousy performance. So yeah, they did change the formulation. If you can find an older batch, get your nostrils on that. Pure Malt was released in 2009. The notes are bergamot, orange, patchouli, vanilla, cedarwood, amber, fruits, coffee bean, and musk. The campaign for the next fragrance I'm gonna share with you was built completely on sex appeal, seduction, and all that stuff. You know what I'm talking about. It is Pure Excess from Paco Rabanne. Let me show you how lame my bottle is. It's actually a tester. It even tells you on here how you're supposed to open it. There you go. Yeah, that Zippo style top. It is kind of lame, but lucky for me, or you, that juice is good. And a lot of people talk about like the Pepsi or Dr. Pepper vibe in that opening. Yeah, it does exist. But the dry down on it is super sexy. Definitely a compliment magnet, a perfect fragrance for fall. This one also has good projection, good performance. It does have that liquor vibe that goes along with, I guess, be like kind of like a rum and coke type deal with a little bit of leather behind it. The ladies do like this one. I get mad compliments when I wear this one, and it does have decent performance, and you can get it at discounters. Pure Excess was released in 2017. Some of the notes are leather, vanilla, myrrh, liquor, musk, cinnamon, and ginger. Okay, the next fragrance is from Davidoff. This one is not your run-of-the-mill $20 Davidoff either. This one is Amber Blend. This fragrance was actually featured on the second video that was ever released on this channel. It was in a fall and winter lineup, and I'm here to tell you again, this needs to be in your lineup. I swear to you, if this was not in a Davidoff bottle, and yeah, this one, I think this one runs like between like 50 to 85, depending on where you buy it at. Not your run-of-the-mill Davidoff. It is sexy, seductive. If it was in a Tom Ford bottle, you'd be paying 150 bucks for it. Amber Blend is perfect for a nice cold evening out with your boo thing. Definitely like a date night fragrance. Let me read the notes to you. The notes on Amber Blend are clove, black pepper, cinnamon, amber, and oud. The next fragrance I'm going to share with you is from Amouage, and it's probably one of the most fascinating oud fragrances I've ever smelled. None other than Jubilation 25. Whatever you want to call it. My top two favorite Amouages are Reflection Man and Juby. This does open up with an animalic oud, but the sweetness and everything else that's rounded in this fragrance makes it a highly addictive fragrance. If you're just starting out with oud fragrances, I would not suggest this as a starter oud. This is one once you've started wrapping your nose around ouds. Go ahead and start with like oud wood or oud de lis or a boss bottled oud, something like that. This one's for a sophisticated nose. It's spicy, it's delicious, it's beast mode, excellent performance and projection, and a compliment monster once it dries down. Jubilation Man was launched in 2008. The notes are orange, coriander, labdanum, tarragon, olibanum, blackberry, gaiac wood, cinnamon, bay leaf, honey, orchid, rose, clove, celery seeds, opapanox, patchouli, myrrh, cedar, musk, oak moss, ambergris, and oud. Okay, last but not least, and these were in no particular order because I do have a love affair with all these, and this is part 1. There will be part 2 of this that will be mixed with niche, indie, and designers. The next fragrance is a full-bodied spicy oriental from Parfum Damali, Habdan. Okay, this full-bodied, luscious, spicy oriental with, oh man, this is like, you guys go to the fair in the fall and get those caramel apples? That's what this is right here, but it's spicy, it's sexy, it's delicious, it's beast mode, projects like a beast, performs like a beast, just like the horse Habdan. Habdan was released in 2013. The notes are saffron, frankincense, apple, woods, rose, ambergris, caramel, and myrrh. Okay, that's gonna wrap it up for part 1 of actually my top 11 fall fragrances, and we will have part 2 with 10, 11, 12 more, mixed with designer, niche, and indie. Whatever you do, be disruptive, wear what you want, when you want, have fun. If you're not subscribed to Carolina Fragrance Reviews, hit that subscribe button. Activate that notifications bell, leave us some comments down below, smash that like button. We'll see you next time on Carolina Fragrance Reviews.